Oh, it's right there. Yeah, it probably doesn't go back. There's probably not, there's probably not a ground on it. You know what, while you're here, you would not believe how many people do not know how to do it. So I'm going to show you the best way to do it.
Chris showed me one time his method. Mike's method, and I'm just like, I do the same thing, but no, I don't know.
Now from the factory, they did a pretty good job. The only thing that I would have did is they don't do what I call a wrap over.
You talking about when you string it?
Yep.
Yeah, when I string it, I'll usually pull the string back about that far. Then I go over to the inside and then pull the string up so when you wind it, it goes back under it and bear hugs the string coming out of the hole. Is that what you're talking about?
You see how these are cone shaped?
Yeah.
They look like that that nuclear power plant tower. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this works. Wound strings, I usually like anywhere from 5 to 6 wraps on the wound. I mean on the plane.
You go under E?
On the high E, high E is in B.
Yeah.
The wound strings, I usually like anywhere from 4 to 3, depending on the thickness of the string. Now for me, it's just, I know how much distance, just because I've strung up thousands of guitars over the years.
Yeah. Now, what is your ideal humidity for the room that it's in?
40 to 50, 55%. I always tell.
How hard that's hard. That's so hard to achieve.
Do you keep your guitars at home?
No. Oh well, I have 1 or 2 at home, but no, I usually keep them on the, the
Stand?
guitar stand in my office, just sitting there.
At your church?
Yeah,
Humidify the office.
that room.
If you go upstairs and look at those humidifiers Steve's got, they're not cheap, but they're worth every cent.
Put a film on it. I wish you did that because she puts this film on top of everything.
It's too much. Something's not right. Or they're too close to the guitar.
All right.
Let me grab a.
I keep my guitar room at 50%.
50%.
Yep.
I'll have to do that.
Hey, it is hard this time of year. Especially if you have a long cold stretch. You can have.
Well, I got the heat duct right there, and blowing stuff in all the time. I mean, it's.
Yeah, these are bone bridge pins too.
Oh, nice. Good. That's what I was gonna ask. I mean, for $3,000.
Takamine's a nice company. But here, oh, maybe these are plastic. No, these are plastic.
Feel plastic.
I think they were fine.
Yeah, it'd be an upgrade I get you for Christmas.
Man. You better watch it, man. You keep spoiling me, I'll become a spoiled brat, Start whining and crying.
You just gotta guarantee Jesus to take me when it's time.
Okay. I can't do anything for that. You
Right?
can. I can. I can encourage you. I can show you the way, but
Right.
Well, always remember this.
Is this does this peel off? Or is that
Yeah, that peels off.
This top.
So the Takamine, that'll come off with the peel?
Yep.
Nice.
Because I don't think you were feeling that too much, were you?
No, not really. It's
It was tacky.
it's what I call
Keep those. Just
what
in
I
case
call
you-
yeah. I was gonna take a picture of it.
Just keep it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
This is what I call extra bling that I don't need.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Did you like those 1150s I put on the 135?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now when I put strings on, see how I line all my holes up straight?
Yep, I always do that too.
Okay? See how
Yeah.
they're pointing? So I put the string through. and I give myself slack. This is something that you'll just have to kind of teach yourself as you put strings on. So you do your first wrap over. Okay?
Yep.
That wraps. That string wraps on top of the string coming out of the hole.
Okay.
You go to the inside of the headstock.
Then you fold up.
Yep.
Now everything gets wrapped down towards the headstock.
Yep. And it goes underneath of that. So when that string comes around, it goes underneath the string. So you have
Pinches
one
right
over and then the rest are under. And that locks it without having a locking tuner. That's
So-
what I tried showing you at the
I know
church.
you tried showing
Yeah.
me. He's showing me right now, and I still don't get it.
So what
So
what that does with a cone-shaped post, it shoves those coils together and pinches that string coming out. It ain't coming out.
Yep. You can drop tune it and it's not gonna slip out. I love that maple binding on it is gorgeous. Look at the maple binding.
What do you recommend for a fingerboard polish? Anything?
I usually,
This is ebony. It probably wouldn't hurt. We like lemon oil,
yeah,
but
Dunlop.
just okay. See that string coming out of the hole?
I do.
So we wrap towards the inside, over, fold up. Then everything gets wrapped underneath. Watch this. Watch when it comes around. See how that's between the coils?
God.
It's
So
easy.
you went the wrong way first.
Well,
What I would call the wrong way first, halfway, and then you come back around.
no.
I'm telling you, Chris, I'm like a moron when it comes to this.
Once you get it, there's no forgetting it. Watch your eyeballs there, Dan.
I have glasses on.
Yeah, every time I do a string, I clip it because I don't want to lose an eyeball.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me grab my cutters.
I think what I have to do is just do it. If I do it, I might be able to feel it.
What I would do,
show me
how many guitars you got?
2. Well,
3 now.
3.
Well, you're not going to be stringing them all the time.
There'll be no more.
You're not supposed to know that. You're a pastor.
So you see the cutters.
Yeah.
When you do this, you can actually put the cutter right against the post, like this. You've got nothing hanging out to poke you.
Because the way it's strung,
I always leave a little thing on
yeah,
this.
you don't have to.
Okay, so on this, I'm going to
Put it through the hole.
And I'm going to give myself about 6 inches,
That's good.
4 inches, somewhere in there.
So you're going to take this and wrap that this way.
The other way. Like this is what I would call the wrong way.
Yep, wrap that, yep.
Like that.
Yep, and pull it tight, pull it snug.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Fold that up.
Oh, it locks it in.
Then,
Now it's going to wind this way.
correct.
And I'm going to hold it down and then keep it underneath that.
You got it.
Oh my god. So I'm
Once
going
you-
the wrong way first, and then I come back.
Once you do it a few times, you'll get the hang of it. It's not
I'll
that
let you out. What's your name again?
Dan.
Dan. Mark.
Nice to
God
meet you.
bless you, man. That's
He's the
awesome.
main owner of the place. Steve is his partner.
Not here. That's upstairs.
Okay.
Me and Joel are partners down here.
Okay. That's your brother.
Correct.
Where is Joel? Is he down at the
At
factory?
the other
Yeah.
location. Yep.
I still gotta get down there and film that place. I've only seen pictures.
Dan, do you like that setup? The split foam nut? Do you like? I mean, does that? I was asking Steve. I'm like, does it work? You know, it's supposed to help with the intonation.
Correct.
Does it?
That's the main thing.
You know,
I mean, people aren't. I mean, intonation has to be kind of significantly out on acoustic before it presents an issue.
here's the thing. I play capo almost all the time, and intonation means a lot to me. If it's in tune open, and I put a capo on, I want the thing to be somewhat in tune. I don't want the thing coming way out of tune when I capo.
Well, here's the thing. since your action is elevated a little bit more because of the way you play, that presents a little bit of an issue when you capo. Imagine a cable this high, and if I take that cable and I push it to the floor, that tension starts going up. The difference is if I had the cable here, the tension's nowhere near. That tension screws with your tuning. So you might, with the action being a little elevated, you might always have a little bit of tuning issues. Possible.
But if I don't, then I have a rattle issue.
Yep.
When I'm strumming, you hear a rattle.
You bluegrass guys, I tell you.
Well, set it up, Dan. Come on. You know?
I've had guys, bluegrass guys bringing a guitar, and the action for me is way too high. It's buzzing. I said, what?
How is it buzzing? Yeah. No, and maybe that's something I just got to change. But I'm telling you right now, I haven't been able to change my style. I'll try and get into a song, and it's just like
I think at some point, some of these younger guys playing bluegrass might switch to amplification instead of just straight. Your purists want to stand in front of a mic. They don't even dream.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, if you electrify it, the amp's going to do the work. You don't have to pick it up.
But I still do. Even if I'm amped, I still do.
Yeah.
Because it's just the playing style. How often would you recommend setting this thing up? Because throughout the year, this thing's gonna come up and it shouldn't if I get that humidity figured out.
No,
it's going to.
The only time you'll bring it in for me, probably for a future setup, is if you play it so much you start getting fretboard wear, the fret wear.
I got 4 or 5 frets on my Blue Ridge right now that have
divots in it.
They have holes, in my, especially on my B and E strings.
Yeah, I tell you what, if he brings it in for a bone saddle, I would recommend you have me go ahead and do a fret dressing and get rid of those, because that could cause a tuning issue. It can rattle in that slot.
It's probably what's happening with the Blue Ridge. Because I got to be honest with you, this is a $3,000 guitar, but man, when I first got that Blue Ridge, it sounds played so good. They call it a poor man's Martin for a reason, It's a good guitar.
And so it's like sensitive.
See that? I don't do that.
Yeah, it's stretching them. So, they'll still stretch, but my dad does it all the time too. He yanks on them.
Doesn't feel like even when
The little strings don't stretch as much, though, do they?
They still have to settle in. The string actually doesn't stretch. It settles around the key post, and that ball settles up into that bridge plate.
I gotcha.
Would you recommend going inserts?
Bridge pins,
Yeah, bridge pins.
they hold up a long time.
I use the pliers to take mine out. So I always get the pliers marks on them.
Go buy one of these.
Yeah. I got one of those
You
at
put
home.
that right on the nut, huh?
Yeah, just set on the saddle. Just,
Oh, the
it
saddle,
doesn't take
yeah.
much pressure. It just pops right out. You have a tuner app on your phone?
Yeah.
He
Get
does.
your phone? See how close I'm. Let's see if I'm having a good day today.
Right.
I remember Virgil.
Wow. I am stinking impressed.
Well, Mr. Lay.
Listen, he did not have to touch that dial.
No.
Mr. Lay, when we were working on guitars, gave us pitch pipes. And that's it, and I go,
Yeah.
and tune.
Yeah.
He goes, can't you just blow the note and hear it and tune it? I said, nope. So years go by, I work on it, and it just gets to the point you did so many, those notes are just ingrained into your head. So one day, you know, after I bought the business, he comes in, hey, I got something to show you, Virgil. Put a set of strings on, tuned it right up, no pitch pipe, nothing. Went and grabbed the pitch pipe and it was right on E. He goes, there you go, young man.
Yeah. So if you do the 12th fret intonation on that, what are you hearing? It's on.
Take a tuner.
Yep, it's on. Just slightly.
Let's see. It's pretty close, huh?
It is. It's really close.
It's just cold. It's just this June will be 44 years since I've been doing this.
How's Asia doing now? Can she do that yet? Yeah?
She does tuning,
No?
but she does very good fret.
I know this is a silly question. Did I buy a good guitar?
I'm biased. If it don't say Gibson on the headstock, But that don't mean that they're...
Some people, like for example, I'm sure there's going to be some people that are upset that I got this and not a Martin.
Right.
Or a
It's to
Taylor.
each their own.
But listen, I have sat in Guitar Center and played Martins and Taylors. I don't care for them. They don't give me the bite this one did. This one gives me
Tell you what,
This one gives me the bite, you know?
when it comes to Taylors, don't get me wrong, their quality is great. But your normal production run Taylors, because of their construction, the way they're constructed, their tonal variance is almost, it's so little between them. You'll have 10 and they basically all just about sound the same. Which there's nothing wrong with it. But I come from the vintage school, where each guitar's got its own little personality, and I like it because of that.
Well, you probably got a little bit of that in Takamine too. I mean, you got a little bit of the production aspect of it, where
Well, they don't produce guitars like
Not
Taylor
like
does.
that,
I mean, Taylor is almost fully automated.
Well, this is Japan made. It's
It moves that quick, huh?
Oh yeah. Then now it's time for Dan to become a chiropractor.
this is the part I don't like.
So what you just take it and you just kind of settle it in. Because they'll move. In other words, sometimes a truss rod will get hung up, especially on a new guitar, and you'll get it perfect. Then you come back to it an hour later, and it's too much.
Right.
It adjusted, so then you have to back it off a little bit. On some guitars, not all.
I heard that.
Take your tune around. The strings are settling in just a hair.
Yep.
Just retune it, and then go up front, and I'm going to give you a capo for the heck of it. We're going to try it.
Okay.
Is that an American Epiphone?
What's that?
Is that an American Epiphone?
Oh yeah, that's an old one.
Yeah.
Somebody chopped it out for a humbuck at the neck.
Are you gonna fix that, or are you
He
just
wants
gonna...
me to fix it, and the way that guitar is sloped and built in, man, that's going to be hard to do. I'm still scratching my head trying to figure out how to fix it. Sometimes I'll do that, Chris. Sometimes people will give me a job, and I'm going like, I've fixed things similar, but this is different.
Right.
I'll hang it up there, and I think about it.
Right.
I just think. Then all of a sudden, one day the little light bulb goes ding.
Right. SITs.
Well, here, Chris. You want to go ahead and John Hancock that. I think I gave you the wrong one. That was got your slip.
Sorry, I folded it.
Chris, what we can do is I can give you back that Gibson, and then you can sell it, and then that'll recoup your money.
Return policy.
You play every day?
Almost. You hear a little rattle?
Sometimes with bluegrass guys, with the attack, your E and B will have what we call the zingies, and
That's
it's got
what it
this
is.
little zingy overtone.
That's what it is, yeah.
And it's just that's an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
If they were all wound, you'd never hear it.
Sounds dead, doesn't it?
Well, you're right. Back that up just a hair.
Isn't that top string? Lord, my soul, in my sin, lost without hope, grace you give. Love made a way to let mercy come in. I mean, it sounds nice. Oh, your grace, so free, washes over me. You have made me new, now life begins with you. It's a guitar.
Well, just remember,
I mean,
just remember too, even though we stretch those strings in, they usually don't completely settle in for a couple days.
okay.
And the more you play it, the more they settle in. But I wish I had the remind me if when Chris ever brings in the other one, I want you to try the Royal Bronze 13, see what you think.
Okay.
Because they've got
Okay, so the other thing I have is I have a pick holder that I usually put right here.
Mhm.
Because I'll drop picks and I gotta grab one, or I'll go boom, strum, you know what I mean? You don't see a problem with me putting that here, right?
Not on that finish.
Okay, yeah.
If it was a Gibson or a Martin, you might want to be careful because their finish is a lot softer, and it
This
can.
this
leave it-
one's gonna be all right.
That's a very durable finish.
I'm gonna put it right here because I need to be able to access it. I used to have it up here on the back here. Problem was if I drop something, it takes me so long to grab it now, and I have
You know
to
what?
lose my cording.
You just gave me a great idea for building something.
Yeah. Look at that, the light bulb in
Somebody
them.
needs to make a capo with a pick holder on it.
That could work too.
Combination.
He has a Talia like I got. Those are
Yeah.
awesome.
The ones that
Yeah, the
come
Talia.
over and you just grab onto it and slide it wherever you want. And, you know, they're just stinking expensive.
Yeah, they're real expensive. They're 100 and up.
What?
Well, this one here was 75, I think.
Okay.
Even then, man,
But
Yeah.
I want to see one of those.
Yeah, I'll
It's
bring
called
mine down.
Italia.
Yeah, and it comes with all different rubbers for your necks and stuff.
it has rubbers and it has the other Teflon, not Teflon. Is it Teflon?
Nylon.
That actually makes it sound crisper. It's not,
Yeah.
it has this material, but
They're
it also
amazing, and they
has
come in
other
little
material.
cases, and they're nice.
So I guess overall I won't know until I get it in my ears. I use
Right.
an in-ear system, and that's when it'll really come
Well,
through for me.
You're going to be
you know?
using that a lot plugged in.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Almost all the time.
It's a different animal.
Because here, to be honest with you, right here, listening to this without it being plugged in, I don't know what I bought that's better than my Blue Ridge.
Just straight acoustic.
It's not like a blowing me away sound.
Well, just remember this. That's new construction too. It needs played.
Okay.
Just like, didn't you say you put stuff in front of the stereos at home? That makes a huge difference. If you've got do you have a stereo system in the office? You play music through it?
No.
Okay. If you had one, or even at home,
Mm-hmm.
and if you prop your guitar in front of the stereo system, and it plays, that vibrates that wood.
Are you kidding me?
It breaks them in a lot quicker than you having to put wear on it doing it.
Well, there is a nice little trick, right?
You know, I had a guy a number of years ago. He's a traveling salesman. He sold industrial paint products.
Okay.
He runs into this guy up in Buffalo that builds these Django Reinhardt Selmer type arch oval hole acoustics. And this guy had a good reputation for building these. So he had the guy build them. Guy called him, said it was done, so he picks it up. He brings it right here, walks in, and he goes, "This is the guitar I was telling you about." He goes, "I'm a little disappointed." He pulls it out and plays it, and he goes, it just doesn't happen. I said, "Well, Bill, just remember, it's a different type of construction. You can't compare it to your Martin. It's a different guitar. Plus, it's new."
Mm-hmm.
So he took it home. Every day he's at work, he puts it in front of a stereo system. 6 months later, he brought it in. I couldn't believe it was the same guitar. I mean,
That blows me
and that
away.
right there sold me on, because there's sometimes you think, yeah, I can see it
Right.
helping a little bit.
Yeah.
But on that guitar, it was a night and day difference. There's no way I'd have thought that was the same guitar.
Wow. Listen, I appreciate it. I think we gotta go next door to get a strap.
Yeah, let's
right?
go over.
I need locking,
Is this,
locking
is this
in.
Monday? This is Monday,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
He's not open next week.
Oh, it's
What
not.
are you wanting?
I need locking. I need a strap.
Strap
with locking
locks.
ends, you know, strap locks and stuff.
We could stop
I dropped
at-
my Blue Ridge the first week I had it.
We could
I'll
stop
never
at
do that
Sam
again.
Asher Guitar
Well, I
Center. We
will tell
drive
you
right by
this.
it.
No, they don't make a lock for this kind of end. And on your Blue Ridge, is the strap pin on the opposite side of the neck, or is it here?
I don't remember.
Man, oh man.
Because here's the thing.
Well, how's that
when
gonna?
you have the strap button on this side of the neck, that strap locking around that neck locks it. You don't need to have a push button. If it was here, there's a risk it could fall off.
No, that's where it is. I'm
It's
pretty
there?
sure it's here.
Yeah, when it's here, that strap locks around that neck. It ain't coming off.
No,
You shouldn't need it.
down here, how
I have a.
the cord goes through it, right?
Well, you
I
put your
have a-
strap on, and then sometimes they have that little rubber disc you can stick on.
I have a. It's got it ties onto your strap, and it opens, and you put it down over there, and it shuts down on top of it. That's what I have.
Yeah, once you put your cord in there, it can't come off.
Yeah.
Even if it
Right.
came off the button,
Mhm.
it's going to hang on the cord.
Does
Right.
this screw out?
No, it's got 3 screws.
Because that's the thing my Blue Ridge does. It unscrews.
Unscrews.
Yeah.
Right.
And here's your capo.
Okay, let me grab the case.
Chris, what do you think, man? Did we do it?
Yep, that's a nice guitar. Gonna peel that Takamine off.
I don't know how, but I guess I will.
Hey, part of the setup is getting the sticker off.
I'll take it off if you want it off. No problem.
I think I would rather have it off. Oops. Man, I don't know. I did not expect to buy a guitar today. I came to.
Look at that. He
that's
made
so
it
much
look
better.
easy.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
that
That's
looks
so
a lot
much better. Thank you, Dan.
No sweat.
Oh. Okay, no straps. So we need to get a strap and a locking.
You know what? At our meeting we had yesterday, Chris,
Yeah.
they asked a question. What are some of the things that you would like to do in the new world that you just have the interest to do that you can't do now?
Right.
And I look at the
That's a good question.
I look at the internet and I watch some of these guys that are woodworkers and some of these tricks, and I said I want to become a master woodworker. I said all those little tricks that if you don't use them, you're going to forget them.
Right.
I'd like to use those tricks on a daily basis and become just. I've seen people build stuff out of wood. You just go, what?
Yeah.
I know.
And like
My mother-in-law is incredible at working on wood. She's just amazing. You know, she makes stuff that's like, how in the world did you come up with something like that? You know, she's incredible. You know, so I would agree with you. You know.
I've seen some videos where they cut wood and all the notches are at angles, and then when they put it in and twist it together, it's like that would be awesome for a set neck or something. You know, if you could get it to lock in like that and then see all the different joints and yeah.
Well, I've almost thought of doing a sliding dovetail on an electric.
Yeah.
In other words, the bottom of the neck is like this,
Right.
and then you've got that groove cut in the body, and just slide the neck in,
Right.
put strings on it, and the string tension pulls it together.
Right. They wouldn't come out.
Oh my God.
You know, there's just a lot of
Yeah.
cool things like that. You know, hey,
You could almost put like dowels on it, you know, to where it would lock in an extra lock. You know what I'm saying?
like at the end,
Yeah.
like a little extra plug. Yep.
Mhm.
Just one of those things. Hey, when you think of prior to the flood, when those men were closer to perfection.
Yeah, they didn't use nails.
And they got stuff. You wonder, okay, how did Noah put that ark together?
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
We're going to the Ark. When are we going?
Well, hopefully, if
Yeah.
you get enough people signed up.
Yeah.
The only thing that bugs me about that display?
You've been down there?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it.
Oh my gosh, it's
The Bible doesn't describe that ark as being a boat. It wasn't going anywhere. All it was a floating preservation.
Like a barge, yeah.
And
it does give dimension.
We've always viewed it as basically a floating box.
Yeah.
And it was up to God where he wanted it to land.
Right.
Well, they got the original picture.
And that's another thing too. As time goes on, if that ark is still preserved under layers of ice, so you think, okay, is that something that maybe melted away? Then it gives people that are evolutionists
Right.
no excuse.
I watched a program.
Oh my gosh.
Where-
Well, there's no excuse now.
They showed
Correct.
the mountain next to
That's
what
what-
Mount
that's what-
Ararat. Is that what it's called?
Apostle Paul and Romans, no excuse.
Yeah, exactly.
They show a big outline of a shape of a boat, and they've been going over there and they've been digging pieces out, and they think that's where it actually sat and rotted. But who's to tell?
I will
you know?
say this: when I went down there and I stood in that replica, you see the different stories and the way they've got things set up. You go, I could see how this would work, because everybody has these kind of, how's that going to work? Thinking,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But I could see how that would work now that you're in there. You're like, oh my gosh, this thing is.
And something else you have to think about is obviously those animals were put in there in a strategic position to keep the thing
Yeah.
level and buoyant.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, Noah obviously had to have had aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives. They saw what he was doing for all those years, and the Bible says he was a preacher of righteousness. So
That's
he
right.
obviously told them this is what's coming.
And they probably thought he was a crazy guy.
And the thing is that he didn't go round those animals up. They came to him.
Yeah.
And I would sit there and go,
That part amazes
that
me.
right
Yeah.
there, I would say, dude, there's something going on
Yeah.
there, you know? And
They came to him.
they
Yeah.
came to him.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And the differences of like 7 of this kind. You know, we always think it's just 2.
Right.
And there was reasons for that.
Yeah,
too.
there was a whole setup. God he's omniscient. He knows everything. You know what I mean? And so the way he puts this thing together, all he needed was a willing vessel. Noah was that vessel. Noah was the one that said, you know what? All right, I'll do it. I'll build it. It took him 120 years. But I'll build it. 120 years. Think about that.
Yeah.
And then all he had was his 3 sons.
Yeah.
You know, you never know. I mean, he could have had an occasional relative come and help.
could've.
That just,
Absolutely.
at some point, just didn't pay much attention, you know.
He
And-
could have had a whole crew.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you know, how did he
We'll have
get
to
the
go back
GoPro
to the
with it?
YouTube
where
videos.
Where did he get that? How did he get it shipped in? Where was it? Was it close to it? I don't know. Where was the ark? Where was Noah? Where was he staying? I have no idea. You know, he could have been. I have no clue. I don't know. You know, those things we won't know until the end, and I get to have
Well, like I
get
said,
to have a coffee with him. You know what I mean? You know,
in the new world,
Yeah.
you get to sit down and have conversation
Yeah.
with all these people that, you know, the thing is the Bible is a permanent record. And when you think of all the effort that our Creator went to
Oh my God!
put that book together.
Preserve it.
And-
It's the best form of preservation we can get.
Especially when they
There is
they tried
no other
destroying
book
them all
That's
too.
right. That's right.
At one point, they tried destroying all the Bibles.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, you had, what you have to remember is Jesus is when he gave the illustration of the wheat and the weeds, and then when you saw the Apostle Paul, the apostles were a stopgap for false religious ideas from penetrating the Christian congregation, because Satan was busy. If he can just, hey, in this country there are 200 different forms of Christianity. Globally, there's 45,000.
Crazy.
Is that from God or is that from man?
Mm.
The obvious answer is it's from man. So those apostles were put there to stop that because they were directly taught by Christ.
Right.
But the Apostle Paul says, I know that in my going away, oppressive wolves are going to enter into the congregation and not treat it with tenderness. And that's where you get all these crazy ideas, influences
Yeah.
from Greek mythology,
Yeah.
all this other stuff
Yeah.
came in.
Hey.
And that's why you have all these different denominations with, you know what? Somebody can believe something with all their heart and with all sincerity. The end result is, if it's not the truth, they're going to gain absolutely no benefit
No,
from it.
Right.
it's horrifying. It's terrifying to me, who spends his whole life trying to tell people truth.
Yeah.
It's terrifying to me. The scripture, Paul says in the scripture, he says, we don't want to be like ever learning and never coming to the knowledge of the truth.
That's right.
We don't want that. We want to know the truth.
You
know
just
why?
walked into the
Because-
church.
Because the truth sets us free.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Well, the truth sets you free from a lot of different, pagan beliefs that are
Absolutely.
not scriptural.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyways.
I gotta go up and get Matt's guitar.
Okay. Get
Yep.
Matt's guitar,
So-
and do we have a copy? I need this for my records. I want to make
Yeah,
sure I have,
Did Steve write you up a copy?
I'll go up and check. So I'm gonna go ahead and just.
So you're not leaving the PRS?
If he wants it,
he didn't give him an estimate.
yeah.
He didn't give him a
That's right.
Yeah.
price.
Yeah. So
Steve's still upstairs, isn't he?
I hope so,
Okay.
because he was gonna look that up and see what he thought of it. So.
Just go ask him. I'm gonna load one of these guitars in here. I'm gonna get this gentleman his guitar.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
If you want to come up with me, Mark, you can. Mr. Steve, can I get a receipt for that?
It's in your email.
It's in my email?
why.
Okay,
That's why.
great. Yep. Not a problem. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, check and make sure to make sure that I put your email in right.
Okay.
I typed it in, not you.
Yeah. I'll look at that. I'm going to do one quick walkthrough here
Okay.
again and we'll be on our way. He emailed it to me, so.
Okay, if I can get that email too, that'd be great.
No.
Forward me the info. 'Cause I,
Not a chance. Did you see this, Taylor? That's electric.
Yeah, and my experience with Taylor's, I'm hardly ever satisfied with it.
Yeah.
He's a bluegrass
He's a
player.
bluegrass.
Nobody that plays bluegrass likes the Taylor.
Right. Just one more walk around in
I've
here.
always thought I was crazy though, but I've seen it different.
American made Epiphones right
I
here.
don't feel it.
You have to be more towards the market side of things.
Those ones are made in Montana.
And, there's a reason you see.
This one's got a really
bluegrass
nice
players playing on
natural finish to it. Love it.
Yeah, and you see
Master built Epiphone there.
like singer, like it's a different kind of genre that plays Taylor's.
Yeah.
And
One
they're
last
great
walk
guitars.
through, guys, and then we're gonna. Hey, there's that P90 I was looking
It's like the
for.
difference between a Stratocaster and a Les Paul. You know, is one better than the other? No, but they're whole different.
Yeah.
Whole
Feels
different.
different.
Yeah.
Feel, you know.
It
it's
sounds
just-
different. It's a different kind of music.
I can't wait to get this thing plugged into the. I use an in-ear system at church.
Oh, really?
And I can't wait to get it plugged into my in-ears to hear. Because you can hear it so much better.
More nags. These are all nags.
I can't wait to hear
I'm
it.
hoping I get to get on the stage at the Ryman when I get down there, and
Oh,
because that's where I'm taking these public parts.
Oh.
There's the amplifier cabinets I just finished. You gonna have these done when I come back? No?
You know how long it takes to get parts?
Well, I got 2 refinish jobs.
It's parts. I can't get.
Oh, you're waiting on tubes and stuff like that?
I've actually finally got tubes, but chassis.
Chassis. Gotcha.
Chris, are you ready or?
Yeah, I'm ready. I just wanted to do one little quick walkthrough here again, and I love this Mesa Boogie here. Blue. 212s. All right.
It doesn't.
These are all finished here by Lay's too. These are cloth. Take one more look at the cloth Telecasters.
10 top.
Yeah. All right.
So I like this board. That's a sharp board.